Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. I'm OP, and in today's episode we will be going over some of the best highlights from the LCK Regional Qualifier matchup between HLE and KT. Without further ado, let's dive straight into the action.
So end up opting into like Ludens and Shadow Flame and go for a really more one-tap oriented build, as we do have some attention towards bot side. Grizzly is in the area, but not right now.
No flash for Life. Roaming. Life is going to get a good hook in, but this is Vi as he's going to knock back Life into this fight as Viper looks like he will get away. Here comes Grizzly as the kill does go in. First blood for aiming onto this Nautilus, and Hanwha Life Esports not able to respond.
And the big thing there was BD also roaming up.
Oh, all out. Kingen has the cast. Nice little dodge there. Flash on in, and Keith's gonna pick up a solo in the top lane. Saw that Zeka kind of pushed it in and created some pressure, so KT try to respond to that and try to get in position here for this Rift Herald, of course, as a max range hook is gonna land on the Lehens. Here's a wall, so Lehens looks extremely dead, but extremely tanky as well. Trying to get over the wall, thought about flashing, but at the end of the day, he is just dead.
Because they basically can do one of two things. They can either find target and kill them, but you have Aftershock Vi, a Fat Cassante, and a Leona, so all of those will take a fair amount of time. And then you have aiming and BDD. BDD also going for the crown build, obviously. We don't mind it at all. And then aiming, who is going for Poke Geisa, so he can play very defensive as...
Trying to make a play here. I mean, there's no teleports. They finally do come in, and Viper just kind of laughs at him. He's like, okay, whatever. Now we do have the teleports coming in here on the side of Hanwha Life Esports now as they try to get on top of KT, who just dashed away. And now the re-engage is big as Grizzly gonna get caught here in the front line. The catch doesn't do much. The all-out is there on the Life, as now he's on the run, tries to go back in, and that's just gonna be a big mistake. Double kill now for aiming, as he says, well, I was never gonna get out. It's a double knock of Keen. He is angry and he wants blood as Viper, still incredibly safe, still full health on the back line, but his entire team is just dying in front of him.
Herald. And
they're just...
Yep, might be going and continuing on here.
Yeah, I mean, Shelly's showing off exactly what KT are doing. They're just rushing down the mid lane. They're just charging down. Really nice cast here from Kingen, but no follow-up as aiming does get pretty low. And you see that Hanwha Life Esports aren't really in a position to actually engage off of that. So 2 turrets in mid after the Infernal Drake. KT are just taking... It takes a while for you to get here, and he does have Infernal Soul.
So they're also first.
We nerfed Zoe. Nerfed Zoe for a reason, didn't we, Chronicler?
Yeah, it's
you
fine.
You can do this from farther range.
Ray nips down.
Well, they're going to give it one last go right at the end, and that's going to be the end of this Gragas. As BDD putting on a little bit of a show, he does go down, but I think this Nexus is not long for this world as long as they hit it. As aiming just looking to get in there and kill some champions, but then they just hit the Nexus. That's game number 1, 31 minutes of absolute steamboating. Gives you that extra bit of wombo combo, that extra bit of engage to shut down Azeri if she gets too out of control.
And I love the draw from KT. You have already...
As it's Blitzcrank. Let's see if they go for a blind hook on the Pixel Brush here. Lehens is positioned on the backside of it, but can still get hit. But now he's leaning forward.
Zoom in!
Oh, they got him! And now he's got a flash. Should be able to for Keen, but still going to be feeling pretty good. As Grizzly still looking for his first real gank.
Again, though, look at mid. We already have the roam coming through it from BDD. This could be a disaster.
Yeah, they're going in onto Viper. We even got teleport coming in, but they blow up Lehens, who is already out of this one. As now another TP coming in. They really want to get on top of the rest of the members and get some value as Viper just goes over the wall. The arm misses from Keen. And yes, they will get 1 kill, but they use a lot of teleports to get it done.
That's actually not too bad for Hanwha as long as they don't get dove here, but a lot of the ultimates already used.
Well, they're kind of sticking around. Grizzly going to get over the wall here, just knocked against it. Down he will go, but the traded junglers comes in. Viper too low, and he's just going to get poked down, and down will go Zeka as well. They stay and fight under the turret, and they get absolutely washed.
And as it turns out, even without Orcas having their ultimates, just BDDs and aimings is enough. Lehens?
Okay, I mean, this is still Cassante. He's getting on in. 1 more would do it. Q3 in the flash, and Lehens just stands still. He still could die. I'm not sure why he stood still, and he will die. Kingin says thank you very much for the donation.
5 here.
Well, that's going to show you what's what. Life is going to hit the hook here onto BDD, but he has the crown finished already, so Life is just gone away as now Vi taken away. Zeka's still here, but the follow-up with the depth charge is pretty huge. From Lehens, the damage not enough just yet, but Kingin, oh, he's going to get hooked around the Dragon, and the Dragon knockup prevents Lehens from going over the wall. It was pretty unlucky there for Hanwha Life Esports, but still a nice setup here for KT, who will take down the Cloud Drake.
I don't know, maybe Lehens in his... Just haven't really seen a whole lot of that, and I also think it's because this composition is kind of rough to play it into, as you're 5 levels down Life, and that's a crown. So not a whole lot happens, and then Kingdom gets isolated, doesn't have the flash available, is denied an all-out combo, and then this, it's so funny.
Up.
1초. 그래 볼게. 우리 교환하자. 와, 용의 거 되네.
You know, and after game 1, that's all we can hope for.
All right, they're going to get the crown Azir once again as a nice little silence on the Poppycopter. BDD is just dead, but so is Vi. As Viper staying alive here, the charm going to go down on the lands, but the flash holds in, and Viper misses his own flash and immediately dies. That is just the end of the fight right there, unless Cassante can do Cassante things. As the AD Kaisa looks like it will be enough. Double kill here as well for Keen. And only Zeka remains at the end of the contest.
Witness in the playoffs was how drafts adopted based on team strength. We saw, I think, one of the big reasons why Genji versus T1 was a 3-0. I think Genji would have always won, right? They just looked like the better team in any ways. Hold that thought.
Okay, they do have a lot of CC here for Cuz. They get the pick, and that's what this comp is meant to do. So they get the job done once, and I mean, this is all happening so fast that Hanwha Life Esports not really able to get in position to answer this, as Grizzly once again is getting over the wall for a big flank, but your inhibitor's about to go down.
There's also a Nazir turret here, so he's gonna get spotted.
Well, Kingin tries to get on in there with that flash, and now he is just going to go all out. The flank does come in to get the hook on a BDD, as the follow-up is just not there. This area he can't do anything, as Viper was just back spying, I guess?
No, I think Cuz knocked him away.
Oh, okay,
so,
well,
that's
the end of that.
That's just this game, I guess.
I guess so. As the flash comes in, and the last person they want to take out is Viper, as he will flash away. He did get a stopwatch, but now he is just dead. Aiming has his own. Has a lot of low health bars here on the side of KT. Can they
Cassante?
end it? As Cassante is going 1v4. The rest of the team just trying to hit the Nexus. It didn't have to be this crazy, but it is becoming this crazy as BDD goes into a stopwatch, and that should be enough. A couple more autos, and they end game number 2.
Definitely requires a ton of mastery. Do think it works really well with the setup that they have, and means that they are effectively going to be playing kind of a dive composition. It's already done. We do have BDD and Cuz at least threatening here towards the bot side.
It's just crazy to look at this number, and yeah, the wave is it's bouncing, and they might be able to get a little gank off, but take a look at Grizzly, who is running up the lane.
He knows.
And
they got to be knowing this is coming.
Can he get here on time is the question, really, as Life, no flash, holds up the door, but they hold him in place for so long as he is ticking down, but they can't quite kill him, and now Lehens has to hook away as Grizzly's going in, and is looking for a lot more. He gets pretty low there. They're trying to turn this one around. The kill goes over to Aiming, as now another stun does come in, but Viper is just able to walk forward and take a kill of his own. Meanwhile, BDD is here. And he is a level 6 Tristana, trying to get in there, is going to knock Viper back into this one, gives a kill over to Aiming, and BDD will shore up everything on the bottom lane with that one little roam.
And that saves the...
And he has the paranoia, just sitting on it, waiting. We do have Cuz here as well. It almost looks like they're trying to bait this one in, but Grizzly's still around. The paranoia is going to be used, goes on in. That's a lot of damage, but the apotheosis is going to keep the CC down as Viper trying to take out one. Might be able to get Lehens, and that he does. As the timing comes in, and now this bottom lane is really in a bad spot for KT.
And not only that, but Aiming is also forced to back here
to the game.
A Giga flank.
This is...
just back.
This is like pull bay levels of flanking right now. Like, this doesn't need to happen.
If he gets spotted, he dies.
Well, he's about to die.
So he just dies.
Yeah. Okay, well, he tried. He's going to flash in and get stuck against the wall, and the other...
I don't know if he can finish his cleaver, but sitting on a perfect Narbar here, are going to activate it.
So Cuz has to go in, I suppose. Big Gnar against the wall, and the Wombo is there for the side of Hanwha Life Esports. They are going to take down the Rel, and Keen can't do it alone as the flashover does come in, and Hanwha Life Esports take a big lead in this game.
And that should be the Baron going down. Hanwha Life, looks like no 3-0 here today. And this is the first game that Hanwha Life is going to win after 7 straight losses. So they're going to be feeling good. I have no idea. I think you just die there and you don't flash. They tried to pivot away.
Or you flash the Emperor's survive.
Yeah, that's also fine. And then, yeah, this wombo combo, obviously, they are very far ahead. Aiming's just kind of there. Doesn't end up working out. And to be fair, I don't think that in the first place to contest.
Qualifiers here on the side of Hanwha Life Esports, but they are not done just yet. Cuz taking a huge amount of damage. Grizzly, though, does get a bit close as the depth charge comes in. Viper is just going to flash away as now BDD comes in, gets the angle on Viper, who is just dead, but so is BDD. And Zeka has full health, and I think that's going to do it. Nice try here from the side of KT. Is aiming. He's going to tank up a bit as Neela, but he's not going to tank enough, as that will do it here for game number 3. Will go the way of Hanwha Life Esports, and we have a bit of a series now.
And the bot lane gap, a lot of what they could possibly want. Their great CC chain for the Rumble, an incredible amount of mid-game power. Can they execute upon it?
Let's see, it's game 4 right now. Fear on Cuz is looking to extend it onto Grizzly, but Game's just pushing the lane, and they're looking for a push off of the turret to deny the CS.
And really big mistake here in the 2v2. KT capitalized beautifully as Life is on his way. Teleport is coming in.
The phone. Okay, Poppy, pretty good. Going to stop that, but do get a couple of missiles into Keen. It looks like he might be the one guy who ends up being the give up. As there it goes, and I say one, but maybe it's two. It's a kill to Zeka, who takes down Cuz.
And normally it's like have a combo available as top sides.
Yeah, trying to go on the 2v2, but they're just going in onto Keen, who is staying alive, hitting some sweet spots as King and getting pretty low as well, because not doing enough as here comes BDD, and the flash out of the turret is going to be enough as Cuz will take him down, and Keen will help BDD get there as Keen does eventually go down. Now Zeka's here, little ult in, wants to take down the Poppy. Septas presence is going to be enough to get him some range. And now Zeka is just going to be a Sadione.
And that is going to be a big win here for KT. Striking back, even without lands there. BDD. Yeah, I think Hanwha Life do need to make sure that they actually go and are not afraid to start fights here. Because this composition really stands or falls by how happy you are to engage as the hook on Ezreal.
Very nice hook, as aiming is going to be locked up for a very long period of time as Zeka is trying to take him out. Doesn't quite do that, and Grizzly is getting caught on the left side of this fight, but the Yone, he's just going to be stunned up and is not doing damage anymore. Doesn't matter how fed he is, always going to take down BDD. Can he extend it as he stays alive for so long? But at the end of the day, it's still a double kill here for Cuz. As Viper not
back from a deficit. Now, it's also looking like they're going to be able to trade a turret here, regardless of what happens. As Life?
Keen in a bit of trouble, does have his flash, just holding on to it for now, as he's just CC'd for so long, as we did see the Keeper's verdict eventually, but didn't really help out, at least in killing Keen.
And KT team fighting, but in this one, I think it's still a challenge as Zeka.
Little gank brush set up this time from KT, and they're still there. But the longer they wait, I mean, Zeka's getting some guys down here to help him out, like Grizzly is here. TP coming in. Life is here as well. Rift Herald coming down. They want to get Keen down again, and he's going to use everything to try to survive. As now it's Lehens who's just walking out of turret range, and down he will go. Has to give himself up. And now Hanwha Life Esports, nice little push starting here in the bottom lane.
Now, we do see KT immediately respond, try and get themselves the mid lane turret. So Viper's rotating over. Charge does come through.
Oh, Life, that was pretty sick, as now Keen has nowhere to go. The Wombo combo is there, as Life will go down, actually. Staying a little bit too far under that turret. and BDD is able to do a nice amount of damage in the trade. Here comes Cuz, trying to make something of this, but...
So this is what I was talking about.
Yeah. Okay, well, we're just going to get on top of Viper here, who is not going to flash, and just dies instead. So they're just getting poked out, and that's the Nautilus. And KT, they say, I guess we are going to take this game away from you.
And Hanwha Life, some ultimates come out, not a whole lot happens. KT says thank you for the setup. We'll be taking that Baron. Grizzly, obviously with this health pool, nowhere near. And KT run an objective, and that's Hextech Soul for particularly BDD and aiming. That's not going to be fun.
Maybe they get him here as there's the Wombo. They do get a couple as aiming is going to get taken out. They get 2 kills. Wow, they did it. They pressed their buttons.
The comp works.
They killed the enemy champions.
Who would have known?
BDD's just trying to back here. I don't think he's going to get away from this. Yeah, he has to stay. And now he's 1v3 in this one as a nice little Emperor's Divide, but he will be eventually taken out. That is 3 kills on the board for Hanwha Life Esports. Imagine that.
Well, better late than never. Push their buttons and it ends up working out. It's the flank here from Grizzly and King, and Grizzly actually getting a 2-man engage there, and even with the Rel being knocked away, it's not enough. Aiming gets toasted immediately, as does Lahensen, and the rest of the team has to try to get out. BDD looking for a Baron-empowered recall. Doesn't end up getting it. And that means no inhibitor goes down, and a lot of gold goes back into the pockets of Hanwha Life.
3 shutdowns for Hanwha Life Esports. Life hanging out in the brush, looking for BDD, not going to work out. And now, the Wombo combo, it needs to happen. Let's see if they go for it. Life is getting too low. The Magnet Storm doesn't get anyone at all. Their Wombo just totally whiffs as Zeka is still very fed, but they don't quite have the damage. Now he's going to get sweet spotted, and he is alone as BDD over the wall is going to get kinging for the team. And maybe KT just did it. They might just take this one down as, will they go for the end or the Hex?
That this is happening. We saw, you know, if you get onto the CC chain, onto aiming, onto BDD, you can take them down. Might be an angle as, oh, they're going to find him.
Oh boy. He's going to be spotted here. And the chase is on. This game is going to get a bit weird, although maybe it just means that Grizzly is going to go down, has to try to flash, but BDD comes up from the top side.
Yeah, that's Nash.
And that's the end.
KT, 2 inhibitors already down, can go for the third as well if they want to play it safe. That is a hit.
Now they get the stopwatch here out of Keen, and they're going to attempt the Wombo combo. It's still a lot of damage. Cuz gets pretty low. Grizzly is in, and Grizzly is out. Down he goes, and down will go Life. KT just way too far ahead. They are smacking him down here on the Nexus. Hanwha Life Esports, one last stand, one last chance, as they will have to give it their all in the other side of the bracket. But for KT Rolster, they want some more names. They want to take down all the members of Hanwha Life Esports as they book their ticket, and they will be joining us in Worlds 2023.
And these were some of the best highlights from the matchup between HLE and KT during the Round 1 Regional Qualifier of the LCK. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.